Sorry guys, I'm just waking up from last weekend's snooze fest at the Glen. I'm hoping this Saturday night will be a little bit better though, because for the 25th race of the Cup Series season, NASCAR's headed to the site of Austin Dillon's double homicide attempt. Richmond. Will we actually be entertained this weekend, or are we in for another 400 laps of next-gen misery? I don't know, but at least there's paint schemes to review. Let's go. Starting us off as always is Ross the Boss. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think he finally changed his underwear. I'm sure only a select few of you will understand this, but this paint scheme always reminds me of Happy Wheels. 7. In the last 4 races, I've noticed Austin Syndrome has developed an addiction. An addiction that could potentially be deadly to his career. Poor Austin Syndrome is addicted to finishing 16th. Seriously though, he has 2 16th place finishes in the past 4 races. 6. At this point, we all know what happened last year at Richmond. Bass Pro's having a massive hunting sale, and Austin Dillon took advantage of it. He managed to take out 2 of the biggest bucks in NASCAR within a matter of seconds. So I kind of figured, since Bass Pro's in the middle of their fall hunting classic sale, that we would be blessed with the same iconic paint scheme. Instead, we got this, which also kind of fucks. Too bad it would take Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, 2311, Team Penske, Wood Brothers, Trackhouse, and RFK all to close down for Richard Childress to have a chance in hell of winning another race. 10. I had the absolute pleasure of meeting one of the guys from Front Row while I was buying my new Ryan Preece shirt at the Ford hauler. I gotta be honest, when I walked up, I assumed he worked for the merch hauler, and I thought, damn, this guy's worthless fuck. Didn't ask me if I needed anything or even acknowledge me. But after I asked him for a Ryan Preece shirt and he said, "Oh, sorry dude, I don't work here," I said, "Oh, I see that now." Cool guy though. We talked about the paint scheme reviews. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, what's that got to do with this car? Well, not much. The knight in shining armor on the side of this race car looks like a high school used ChatGPT to make a new logo. I can't tell if I like this paint scheme a little bit or if it's the bane of my existence. 7. Yeah, Kyle Larson finishing dead last at the Glen is instant karma for talking shit about Talladega Nights. I can assure you, Kyle, that a 20-year-old Will Ferrell comedy has absolutely nothing to do with the popularity of NASCAR. So just for that, 8. Typically, when a team doesn't upload their paint schemes to NASCAR.com, I would be as pissed off as Brad Keselowski was at Carson Hocevar during qualifying at the Glen last weekend. But I'm willing to let this one slide, because Brad Keselowski is about to make me free money when I take his better than 12.5 finishing position over on Grid Rival. And you can win free money too if you click the link in my bio or use code Tyler during sign up. You'll get a 100% deposit match. 10. I have a couple questions. First of all, what is the Gainbridge Super League? Second of all, do I care? Third of all, is Daily Downfords legit now? Because he's saying that Corey Heim might be in position to take the 7 car next year and be on loan from 2311. I mean, this guy's been reporting the breaking news like days before Bob Pockrass lately, so is he legit now? Either way, I think Justin Haley's sitting on a flaming bag of dog shit right now, just like this paint scheme. 0. Just when you thought Kyle Busch might have a good day, he finishes 22nd. It's kind of like the hype they built up for the new Rebel Bourbon paint scheme. Here it is. Ooh. I know a lot of time was spent on this one. I wonder if Papa's still searching for those race cars he said he needed to find. Not only has Richard already ruined the legacy of the number 3, he's now ruined the legacy of the number 8 and Kyle Busch. Amazing. 0. Holy shit, guys. Congratulations. Chase Elliott has finally finished outside of the top 20. So much for being a big road course guy. This car looks like if Lance Stroll decided to race NASCAR instead of F1. Awful. 3. It's pretty ironic that Ty Dillon has an octopus on his car this weekend because it feels like it's been 8 weeks since this guy was relevant. 5. Yeah, it's been like 3 races since Denny Hamlin won, so it's about time for him to give an ass whooping at Richmond. 9. I'm beginning to sense a little bit of a theme going on for this weekend. Is this like the first annual Chase Elliott Personality Memorial Race? This car just looks like they copied the homework off of Kyle Busch's ride. If I didn't know what body armor was, looking at this car, I would assume they sell caskets. Where's the flavor? 0. So what's the deal with AJ Allmendinger these days? Did he get a road course nerf or something? Or is he just old and washed? Let me know. 7. Mr. Busher. A third place finish at the Glen was a good rebound from that 22nd at Iowa. Just really hoping we could replicate some Busher magic like 2 years ago. Please don't head to Daytona on the cut line. I don't think I could physically or emotionally handle that. 10. First of all, Chase Briscoe, if you happen to be watching this, I deserve a thank you. Because I was able to convert 2 newbies to NASCAR into Chase Briscoe fans. Have you ever heard of that happening in your life? You also owe me an apology because I threw away $25 betting on you to win. It was so bad you made one of your newfound fans throw up and sleep for half of the race. Do better with my investment next time. 10. I used to love the DeWalt paint schemes, but nothing feels the same anymore since I found out Christopher Bell doesn't know the difference between a screw and a bolt. I'm sorry, Christopher, but literally anybody else should be sponsored by DeWalt but you. 9. Joshy! 4. 6. So Bubba is actually on a roll right now. I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, but he's almost on par, if not better, than Tyler Reddick this year. That's crazy. 3. I will call my shot right now. William Byron will fumble the bag for the rest of the year. No more wins. Aaron Blaney is controlling his mind. 9. Jesse loves getting another shot behind the wheel of a Pop Racing shitbox this weekend. Hopefully he makes the most out of it. But hey, at least if he finishes 34th, he'll look good doing it. 10. Todd Gilliland just barely held on to the record of the youngest winner in the history of the ARCA series. Tristan McGee is like what? A day older than him? 10. Here's your weekly reminder that Riley Herbst does in fact still exist. For some reason. 6. Zane Smith's kind of been having a rough go at it lately, but I guess if I was sponsored by Long John Silver's, I'd probably be having a rough time too. 9. At this point, I'm actually really hoping that Haas merges with Legacy Motor Club because this car is a certified shitbox. We all give Rick Ware a bunch of shit, but this seriously might be the worst full-time car in the series right now. Looks good, though. 9. John Hunter, your time to shine is coming next weekend. But Richmond? Probably finish 27th. 9. So do we have any update on the whole Family Dollar, Dollar Tree debacle? Family Dollar's going out of business, aren't they? 3. This paint scheme unfortunately is not running this weekend, but this is a reminder that you can pre-order the Syracuse diecast. I am absolutely determined to make sure this car makes it to production. Please get your pre-orders in. Own a piece of Syracuse history. The car that beat Kyle Larson at the Glen. I'm really hoping Chumba Casino is one of those sponsors that's a one and done. Or at least come up with something a little bit better next year. 3. I figured it out. I think every time Hayek runs the Hulk Hogan Beer Company car, they don't upload the paint scheme to NASCAR.com, which is pretty fucked up considering the guy just died. But honestly, I'd rather be up there tearing my shirt off with Hulk Hogan than look at this paint scheme for another second. It sucks. I swear that logo came straight out of the Canadian Football League. 0. Li. 8. Now this car looks like if you took Stenhouse's ride and turned it inside out. Still shit. 0. Anytime I even put a little bit of faith into Ty Gibbs, he always fucks me. I thought better than 9.5 over on Grid Rival for the Glen was a good price. I could have gotten better than 32.5 and still lost. This guy will never win a race. 8. I was going to wait around for Ryan Preece's 11:15 autograph session at the Ford Hauler so I could yell, "Hey, who's Ryan Preece? Fuck that guy." Because that's a silly little fun relationship we have. But I really wanted a glizzy. Sorry, Ryan. 8. After all the mayhem that happened in that truck race, Corey Heim winning is the funniest thing that could have possibly happened. It seems like next year will finally be the season we get Corey Heim out of the truck series. And I can't wait to watch him light it up like this highlighter car they got him driving around in. Still don't know if I love or hate it. 9. After getting hit by the fourth plane, otherwise known as Austin Hill, I think we could safely say Michael McDowell is done with the Xfinity Series. At what point does the North Carolina DMV watch the race and go, this guy needs his license taken away? All I know is that thanks to Austin Hill, I'm going to have to be on edge for the entire Xfinity race at Daytona now. Fuck that guy. 8. If you guys missed it, my boy Timmy Horvath rewrapped Carson's entire Dale truck to make it look like his 1997 Daytona 500 car. And that's why HD5 is the best in the game. Now, if only they would design his Cup cars. 4. So SVG is now second in the playoff standings, but I promise you, he will not make it out of the round of 16. And goddamn does he make a road course race boring to go to. Used to love going to the Glen. I still had a great time. But son of a bitch, an 11-second win? Guy's doing a fucking burnout before second place even crosses the line. If it weren't for this guy wearing driven sunglasses, I think I'd have to take the role of #1 hater. I just want a good road course race again. Buy driven sunglasses with my promo code, Tyler20. 8. Cocodrile. Daniel was actually really good at Richmond last year, but that's when they had option tires. NASCAR didn't bring option tires this year because they wanted a boring race. 10. And the Pit Stop Diecast Paint Scheme of the Week goes to Jesse Love. I'm a sucker for red and black. What can I say? Here's your top 3. I heavily considered giving it to Austin Dillon, but I have to punish them for not bringing out the Hunt and Sale car again. Anyways, for all your diecast needs, make sure you check out the Pit Stop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Whatnot. That is all. See you in Daytona.